basically exploded within minutes, literally minutes. The whole of King Lake was aflame.
Dawn rises, the extent of the devastation is becoming clear. Ruins among the ashes.
As far as the eye can see, in every direction there's fire and emptiness. There's crashed cars, there's dead horses.
Scientists report that the rapid increase in carbon dioxide emissions observed during the last 20 years is expected to continue for several decades to come. Various scenarios have been examined depending on factors like carbon emissions and deforestation. Even the best case scenario predicts further degradation of the environment and more severe weather conditions to come. Now, in 2030, 20 years on from the Burwood Summit of 2010, what changes have occurred to our environment and where are we in regards to predictions made at that time? Well, despite all the talk of renewable energies and plans to reduce carbon emissions, we are still burning coal at an alarming rate and gas exploration has gone through the roof. And this is not without dire impacts to our health and our environment. Annually, the burning of coal emits up to 3,700,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide and 10,000 tonnes of sulphur dioxide from a typical coal-fired power plant, contributing to the depletion of the ozone layer, global warming and acid rain. Predictions indicate these figures are set to rise. On average, 2.2 billion gallons of water are used annually in order to power a typical 500 megawatt power plant. Much of this water is sourced from natural waterways, and only now we're seeing the detrimental impacts on the fragile aquatic ecosystems. We can't say we weren't told. Each year, the removal of forests to make way for open-cut mines seriously impacts on biodiversity through the destruction of habitat and food sources. Deforestation has seen a huge increase in sites affected by salinity, resulting in once prime agricultural land being abandoned as useless wastelands. Some of the biggest changes we have seen in weather conditions in the last 20 years include more violent weather conditions, unpredictable seasons, less rain and snowfall, and more heat waves. Australia's average temperature has increased by about 0.9 degrees Celsius since 2010, with significant regional variations. Since 2010, most of eastern and southwestern Australia has experienced substantial rainfall declines. In contrast, rainfall intensity and frequency has increased in northwestern and central Australia and over western tablelands of New South Wales, causing severe flooding in some areas. Due to the global warming of the oceanic waters and the melting of polar ice caps, global sea levels rose by about 17 centimetres during the 20th century and by around 10 centimetres between 2010 and 2030. Are we all to blame for this? Well, we certainly saw the warning signs and had the chance 20 years ago to move towards sustainable energies. And to think if there was a little more collaboration and negotiation, the environmental conditions we are now experiencing may have been avoided. It now seems it is too late. If only we could go back in time with the knowledge we now have.